What's happening, guys and girls? How the devil are we? Welcome back for part 3 of How to Kill the Eidolons series, and this one is going to be the most in-depth out of them so far. We are going to be discussing everything we need to know about the main man himself, the little killer child inside us all, the Tenno. So without further ado, I'm going to break down the focus, the arcanes that I'm using, and then jump on over really quickly to the Simulacrum, and just show how one of his main skills work and what you're going to be doing with it. So without further ado, let's go into focus to start with. The main pool that you're going to be using, guys, is Madurai. Now the reason for that is for this thing here, Void Strike. So when you first start on, imagine you've got no points in nothing. You're going to start off with Phoenix Talons, but just one rank. You're just going to literally put one rank in it. Just to be able to activate it to get over to Void Radiance. You're going to do exactly the same with Void Radiance. You're just going to literally activate it and then max the life out of Void Strike. That is what you're going to be looking for. On leaving Void mode, the next 8 attacks will deal an additional 12% additional damage for every second spent cloaked. Cloak consumes 2 additional energy per second. So basically what that allows you to do is sit in your Tenno form and in your LB or your Void type state and just stack damage. It's disgusting. It's so powerful. So that is what you want to be focusing on maxing. Once you've maxed those, you want to be focusing on the 2 waybounds, which is Inner Gaze and Eternal Gaze. They are going to take a lot of focus, guys, but you want to be focusing on these. So these 2 are what you're going to be putting on next. You're not going to worry about the rest of these, but I will put them back on, because if I don't put them back on, I will forget to. So literally Void Strike, Inner Gaze, Eternal Gaze, in that order. Then once you've done that, you want to be checking out Nourish. Now, out of all of Nourish, Energy Pulse is amazing. Energizing Dash is amazing for normal gameplay, not so much for Eidolons. All you want to be focusing on, guys, is the Void Siphon and Void Flow. These are your 2 waybounds again. They're going to cost you $1 million just to unlock them. You know, it's going to be a big focus spend for you guys. But these are the 2 that you want to be looking at. Increased operator energy regeneration by 90%. Increased operator energy by 90%. Once you have them unlocked, once you have them fully unlocked as the waybound, you go back to your Madurai. So you're always going to be using Madurai until they're fully unlocked. And then they are going to appear down the side here. So where are we? Void Siphon and Void Flow, 90%, 90%. Those 2 are absolutely huge, especially for the amp that we're going to be using. So the amp that we're going to be using is, we are using the 223. So I've called it Cup of Rosie. It is the 223, and we'll jump on over to Cetus to show what that is. See if I can pull it up anywhere here. I can't for some reason. Let me see if I can do something. Bear with me 2 seconds. So I can tell you exactly what's on it, name by name. I will also link this down below. We have the Shwaak Prism, the Shraksun Scaffold, and the Lohrin Brace. So the 2, 2, 3. So the brace is at the 3rd tier. The other 2 bits, the Prism and the Scaffold, are the tier 2 ones. That is absolutely insane. You stack that with Virtuous Fury, which 20% chance for 30% damage on a status effect. Absolutely huge, considering that your 223 is a status-based weapon. It's going to do a lot of status, give you that extra damage, and really allow you to melt those shields. Magnus Nourish I use for general gameplay because it's really handy. Jump into your operator and your Warframe starts regenerating health. Absolutely huge. So I like that for Eidolon hunts. I like it for general gameplay. I love it. I think it's absolutely amazing. Magnus Nourish, check it out. Makes your Warframes ridiculous. And Magnus Vigor as well. Magnus Vigor is add 200 health for your operator. Now you'll notice when I go into my operator, I've got a huge amount of health because I have all my waybounds unlocked. But that Magnus Nourish is also going to, Magnus Vigor, sorry, is going to give your operator a lot more health, even if you don't have the other waybounds unlocked. So that is it so far, guys. And now I just want to literally run over to the Simulacrum with you and show you what we're going to be doing once we're in the Eidolon hunt, and really explain the numbers basically. So I'm not going to cut the video. I'm just going to run over there with you guys. Hopefully hopefully the loading times will be generous for us. Just heard the old oh, here we go.
Isa, did you know? Is that how you remember it? Yes.
There we go. Let's try and find a junction. Can't remember the junction for the life of me. Been playing on PC all day, so the junctions are slightly different. There we go. No. Go to the Pluto junction. It's always safe. So we're going to head on over to the junction, jump into the Simulacrum, and I just want to show you something really, really basic once you understand it, but imperative to get your head round. And we are basically going to be understanding how Void Strike works the way it does, why we're maxing that out first, and what the numbers mean. And yeah, basically just showing you how we're going to be shooting it. And then the next video, what we're going to probably be releasing on Monday, I'm going to be showing you a tri-capture with all the gear, with everything that we've talked about. And hopefully for you guys that haven't done many before, or haven't done any before, are going to understand a little bit more what's going on while we're doing that. And then obviously any questions, stuff like that, we'll leave in the videos down below. So we're going to spawn in a Corrupted Bombard Eximus. We're going to make ourselves invincible. We're going to pause them as well. Now, keep in mind, once they're paused, they're going to take more damage. But this is merely to show you what we're doing, basically. So we've got Volt, we've got the Lanka, we've got our Eidolon. We are good to go. We are heading over to the Eidolon. We're going to run up real close to him, and we're going to drop the shield as close as we can, because our amp hasn't got that much distance on it. And straight away, we're going to go into void mode. So you see, I'm just holding it down really quickly. Now that number next to my health, you see that 1.5? That is my damage multiplier. Then you see a little number above that, the number 8. That's how many shots left I have at that damage multiplier. And then we're going to use our secondary rate of fire to fire that into it. Now, as you can see, versus this Eximus, it's not going to do a huge amount. But if we're just shooting him through there, 24 damage, he's fallen off. He'll spawn back up in a minute. What we want to be doing is really stacking it up, shooting him through the Volt Shields. Now, this on the Eidolon will absolutely melt it. On these type of guys, it's not going to do much, although it will do a lot of damage in normal gameplay. But 155 Corrupt Eximus might be a bit much. So that's all we're going to do. We're going to be stacking the shields everywhere. Literally in anywhere that he's walking, we're going to be trying to stack our shields, firing into him, and building up a nice decent multiplier. So at the moment we're at 2. Let's hold it down a little bit longer, 2.39. So you see the way that works. Now every time I shoot, even if I'm not hitting anything, I am wasting a shot of that. Even if I charge up again, I'm not getting my shots back. So that is something really important to remember. That's why you'll see some people won't fire on the Eidolon at all, and they will stay in this void dash, especially at the end of the first Eidolon. They will stay in this type of void mode for the third Eidolon. So when they come out and the second Eidolon comes out of the water, they can have their stacks up to 20, 25, and literally drop his shields in 2 hits, sometimes 1. Before he's even got out of the water, his shields can be down, and all of a sudden you're taking your shot with your Lanka. His limbs are off, and you're just blitzing through them. But it's those type of simple things. Once you understand them, once you've been explained, they're pretty easy to get your head around. But they are the things that a lot of people don't understand when they're first going into the Eidolon hunt. When all the lights are everywhere, the bloom is going crazy, the Eidolon's screaming, the noise is unbearable. These are the things to get your head around. So when everything is going off, you know what you're doing. Right, guys, if you have liked the video and if it's helped you in any way, please hit that like button. If you want to see any future content, including part 4 of this video series where we're going to be doing tri-captures, please hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions about this or anything else, please feel free to drop them down below. or if you want to run some Eidolon hunts with me, talk to me in person, or go into any of this in more detail, you can find me down at my Twitch channel, which is www.twitch.tv/Shanksy1387. I'll also leave a link to that down below. Hope to see you over there, guys. Hope the video helps. And until next time, good luck with them Eidolons. Peace.